Howdy, guys. Remember to say hello, say something in the chat so I can see you're here, and you will receive credit as long as we're in the chat. And if you're watching the video later, you had to email me to get credit for the time. All right, let's go ahead and talk about this past week. Have some red. Monday, we had forecasted 800. We only did 613, so we're down quite a bit there. Tuesday, we had forecasted way up at 1K, did 483, so we lost quite a lot there. Wednesday, forecasted 850. We did 1038, so we made some of it back. Thursday, forecasted 850. And we did 879, so a little bit extra, an extra 29 bucks. Good job. Friday, the forecast is 1400, and we did 1521. So way to go last night for making that goal. Today we're forecasting 2200. Last Saturday we did 2234. So I think we can do it. Came up a little bit above that Saturday, but I think today is looking beautiful, so I think we can definitely do it again. And then forecasted 2100 for tomorrow. We did 1522 last week, so I think it kind of remains to be unseen. But I think 2100 might be a tough goal. But we'll see. Maybe we'll get there. Third parties and Flipdish. For Flipdish, we had forecasted 1150. We only did 963. But hopefully now that we have delivery up and running again, we'll kind of get that a little higher. However, we did forecast 1300 for third party, and we beat that at 1574. So good to see that there. Our plan for labor was 1773, and we came under it at 1743. Doing a lot of training right now, so it's kind of why we're spending a little bit more. And our customer feedback, we had another week of hundreds. Great job, guys. All right, so let's get into forecasting for the next week. All right, so for Monday, the plan is 949. We did 739 last year. It is going to be 63, and we're expecting rain. We did 613 this last Monday. What are y'all thinking with the rain for here on Monday? Yeah, I think 600 for sure. It might even be a little lower. I think 600 would be the high end of what to expect with rain. Any other thoughts, guys? Cool, let's go 600. All right, Tuesday, the plan is 805. We did 586 last week, 70. It'll be partly cloudy. We did 483 this last Tuesday, but I think the weather kind of hurt us. What do y'all think here on Tuesday? Seeing 800s. Yeah, I find it's pretty good. It's pretty warm weather. We tend to usually do around 800 when we get to the 70s. I feel pretty confident with 800. Any other thoughts, guys? Cool. All right, Wednesday, the plan is 8:30. We did 7:34 last year, 67 and rain. Did 10:38 this week, but we're expecting rain. What do y'all guys think? 715, 700. Hello, Kelly. All right. Yeah, I'm thinking like 700 sounds good. I mean, we're definitely going to start dipping down again because of that rain. But it will be warmer, and hopefully it's going to be short-lived rain. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell. I think it's really going to depend on if we see the rain at night and the rain at morning. But it looks like we're going to see the rain closer to the night because it's going to be raining the next day, which will probably really slow us down. So any other arguments for why 700 or 750, guys? Yeah, I think it's definitely going to be more during the day because it looks like it's going to start getting really cold at night because what we're expecting the next day is for it to freeze and to possibly ice on this day. So I am feeling closer to 700 just because of what we're planning for the next day. All right, so Thursday, 39 is the high. Yeah, guys, kind of agreeing with what y'all said, Shasta and Avon. I think it's going to be that, especially us going to Thursday where we're expecting it to like get really cold and ice. It'll slow us down at nighttime for sure. So Thursday, possibly ice, 39 degrees. It's definitely going to be a low sales day if it ices. I know if it's not safe to drive, we'll probably shorten our hours, which would definitely affect us a lot. So with that being said, what are we expecting here at Thursday? Plan is 817, 647 last year, 39, and freezing rain is expected. Yeah, guys, I think that 400 to 450 does sound about accurate. I know in the past when we've seen freezing rain, we'll push back our opening time till when it's safer to drive. So I'm seeing the 350 to 450 range. Any thoughts for why it might be closer to 350 than 450? Yeah, I think 400 is going to be a safe bet to kind of forecast. It's definitely going to drop down if our hours get shortened, or if it does stay hazardous on the roads for a long time. Either way, we can expect Thursday to be a slow one with the weather and the rain. All right, Friday. The plan is 1634. We did 1272 last year. It's going to be a high of 42, but we will see the sun come back out. We did 1521 yesterday with it being a warm day. What are y'all thinking for a cold Friday? Yeah, I think normally we see those high 1K numbers, but that's a low digit weather. So I feel like the 800 to 900 range sounds about right, guys. Any reason why y'all think it might be closer to 800 to the 900 or 900 than 800? Yeah, it's definitely going to be more in the evening sales. I think the only thing that might help boost us to a higher number is that since we are getting really close to Valentine's Day, I think people are going to come into the stores wanting to talk about chocolate covered strawberries. And of course, we'll send them to the website to reserve those strawberries, but them still being in the store means there's a possibility to buy something. Yeah, and Elena's kind of right. Even if it is, we're seeing this bad weather the day before, sometimes the sun is enough to get some people to come out. So let's go with 900 to be optimistic. Either way, that's going to be low for a Friday. And with our schedule being what it is, working Friday night, we might need to be a little bit diligent about pushing people back or cutting people early, just because we have a normal Friday scheduled and it won't be normal Friday business. All right, Saturday, the plan is 2532. Last year we did 1994. 57 is going to be mostly sunny, so definitely sun, which will help get people out. However, it'll still be cold. 2234 is what we did last Saturday. What are y'all thinking, guys? $2K, 1900. Let's compare how we were last Saturday. I think we were a little bit warmer, did 22.34. 57 is quite cold. So I do expect to see a dip. Do y'all feel like about that $234 sounds accurate for that weather kind of change? Cool. Yeah, I think also too, once people get used to the cold, they kind of get used to it. So I think 2K is totally doable. All right, Sunday, the plan is 1858. Did 1236 last year, 54, but it's going to be sunny again. We did 1522 this past Sunday. All right, 15. I mean, yeah, pretty much what we did last Sunday. Do you think we're going to see relative business to what we saw the past Sunday? Do y'all think there's anything that might boost us up a little higher? I think we're definitely going to see our sales kind of dip a little bit because of the colder sales this upcoming week. But we'll also have higher foot because as we get closer to Valentine's Day, people are going to come in here wanting to know more about the strawberries, wanting to reserve them in store, which we don't do, but they're still be in the store, so that's probably still a good opportunity to get something. So yeah, I feel good with the 14, between 14 and 15. Want to go 14.50? All right, we'll go 14.50. All right, flip dish. Plan is 985. We did 963 this last week. What do y'all think we're going to do this upcoming week? We do have delivery returning, so that should be a little bit of a boost. I know when weather is cold and rainy, delivery does get busier because most people would rather stay at home. So what do y'all guys think here? $1,100. Yeah, I think we are going to see a boost from having delivery again. So I feel like 1,100 is pretty solid. Any other thoughts, go guys? I think it's definitely going to rise. I don't think it's going to be a huge rise at first because I think a lot of people are going to have to realize that we are offering delivery again. So I think it is going to be a slow rise until we see it really pick up. Yes, he will. I think he checks it every day. Well, I'm pretty cool going with 1150. I know, like I said, we had a lot of delivery regulars that are still, checking and talking in with us. So, all right, third party, 1054 is the plan. We did 1574 this past week. With us offering our own delivery system, Do we expect this to rise or fall? So again, forecasting for third party, we're going to be offering our own delivery. Do you think it'll fall or rise? Now, I agree with Jeremy. I think it's going to fall. People have been using third parties because we didn't have our own delivery system running for a while. But I think people kind of prefer to help us out. People like to have us deliver straight to them. We're much quicker. But I mean, we might also still see a rise just because of the cold weather. It's kind of hard to say. All right, going all the way from 13 to 16. What are our thoughts? Yeah, I feel like it's kind of hard to say. I think I would expect to see a rise just because naturally I feel like we would get a rise because of the cold weather. However, I think we're going to see a dip because as we offer more people in this area, I feel like that people are going to move from here to here. So I think I'm cool with saying probably like 15 because I feel like they might kind of equal out. So I think I agree with y'all. Let's go 15. Labor, the plan is 17.73. Last week we spent 17.43. We are going to overspend this week, and that's going to be in training. So I'm going to go ahead and put that forecast down as an 18 right now. But it's money that we spend now to make back later. And that's what training usually is. So we'll just have to remember that once we get past this hump to watch it kind of a little bit more closely, just so we can kind of make it back. Our customer feedback this week, really great. We got 200s. However, they didn't give any really extra feedback other than that, except for that we were pleasant and that we were friendly, which is great to hear. Either way, we've been killing it here, hundreds 3 weeks in a row. So let's just kind of keep on that awesome track. All right, guys, a few things to talk about this week. First, let's discuss blenders. Ta-da! I just want to remind everybody that these guys are expensive. And if we break them, we have to replace them, obviously. That's money that comes out of our bottom line, which comes out of money that I can, give raises with, which is what I really prefer to do with it. So I just want to remind everybody that when we're using the blender, that we make sure it's firmly on the base and we kind of twist it so that's firmly on there. We also keep our hand on it when we turn it on, just in case it kicks back. What'll happen if it's not firmly on the base or gets caught, this little part in here is going to get ripped up because they're hitting each other at a weird angle. Same thing happens if it kicks back. It'll get caught again at that same point and rip this up, which causes a lot of damage. It smells like burning in here. And then it makes it so these blenders only last, a couple weeks, a month, whereas they should be lasting us much, much longer. Any thoughts? Anything anyone want to share about the blenders? Any tips? just to remind y'all, firmly on the base, we should see this area come down to here. You'll also put it on and twist it just a little bit to get kind of stick. And then always one hand on it just in case it presses back. Yes, and if we're putting spades in them, I know it's happened a couple times where someone's caught the spades on the blender, the blades. That damages them too. It also damages the spades, so we have to buy more spades. Any other thoughts on blenders before we move on? It's a friendly reminder, the less money that we spend on blenders and spades, the more money we get in bonuses and like money back to us. So that's a great reason alone, just to take that extra minute to make sure that it's on there correctly. All right. This upcoming month, we're going to be switching from printing our own checks in-house to a company that's going to do it for us. Well, not necessarily do it for us. They're going to process our payroll for us. That company is going to be ADP. If you have direct deposit, the only thing that you're going to notice change is that you won't get the email every Thursday anymore with your information about your upcoming paycheck. Instead, you're going to receive an email with a portal, and you can log into your portal to see your pay stubs, access tax information. You'll get your W-2s there next year, all of that good stuff. And if you need to like print off a couple weeks of pay stubs for a department or any, do it yourself. Any questions on that? All right. However, where we will see a big difference is if you are getting paychecks currently, paper paychecks sent to the store, that will no longer happen. What will happen instead is you'll be issued a debit card that links to an account with ADP that they'll put the money into, and you can use that debit card like a normal bank account or bank card. However, I know in the past we've seen things with like fees to cash out that money or to transfer that money. So I would recommend that if you have a bank account to get direct deposit right away, just so you don't see any of those fees or have to, have more cards than you want to have. Any questions on that? I highly recommend if you're not getting direct deposit now to sign up for it now. You can do that by getting with me. I will get you the slip and I can turn it in for you right away so you can have it ready for you to go. So when we make the switch over to ADP, you won't notice any difference. However, if we make the switch over to ADP and afterwards you're wanting to do direct deposit, you will have to set that up yourself in your own portal. But they'll start depositing that money into that account rather than putting it onto the card that they'll issue you. And if y'all have questions that you want to talk to outside of Huddle, please do. Please reach out to me and I'll help you with any questions about this switch. All right. Choco Berries is in 2 weeks. The schedule is already out. There are a lot of open shifts. So if you want to work more, you can definitely work more. Just remember to check your schedule. If you've been scheduled for a shift that you cannot make or something is wrong or you've been double scheduled, that needs to be fixed right away. Because if we do not get it fixed and you do not show up to that Choco Berry shift for any reason without them knowing, you will be terminated. And unfortunately, that's not behind my own hands. That'll be behind the managers that are running those shifts to make those decisions. So please make sure, look at your schedules now to make sure that you can work those shifts, that your schedule works for that week. And if it doesn't, we need to discuss it now. Also, I just want to remind everybody, Choco Berries is a huge time for us. It's usually when we make back the deficit that we've been in since kind of winter started, where sales are much slower than they normally are because it's the slow season after everyone spends all that money during the holidays and before we get to spring break. People are kind of saving the money that they spent over Christmas. They're not going out as much. The weather's a little cold, so they're kind of staying home more. So the Choco Berries that we sell at chocolate covered strawberries is going to help make up for all of that. And hopefully that'll be what lets us bonus, even though we're down right now. Do we have any questions about that? Chocolate covered strawberries is a season where we all get together to help us get back up. We ask everybody to pick up an extra shift either in the store or at Choco Berries that week so someone else can pick up more shifts making chocolate covered strawberries. The more berries we make, the more money we have, the opportunity to get further up we have. It is a big deal for us. All right, also to remember, since chocolate covered strawberry time is upon us, we will start seeing more people calling the stores, coming into the stores, asking how to get chocolate covered strawberries. Hopefully we'll have little flyers that we can hand out soon that will just have the QR codes to take them to the website. But all reservations are being done online this year. They have to reserve online to get the berries. It is very unlikely that we will have extra to sell a day of, just because of short staffing right now. And because we don't have as many access to the normal amount of berries and normal amount of chocolate that we tend to get to. So it is going to be limited, and make sure that our guests know that. It'll be very unlikely they can come on the 13th and just buy them. All right, guys, I will hang around here for a couple more minutes. Just a couple of quick things to go over. If y'all have any questions or anything you want to talk about, start putting it in the chat now, just so I can know we're going to want to discuss it real quick before I let everyone go. W-2s, there's a couple in the store still. If they're not picked up by this Sunday, Monday morning, I'm going to take them and mail them as I'm required to do that by the 31st if they're not picked up in person by the 31st. So if you have not gotten your W-2 from the store yet, do that today or tomorrow. Otherwise, it'll be mailed and it'll be even longer time until you can get access to it. All right, then last but not least, great job on the weekly Taskmaster. We've been really good about getting all the things that we needed to get clean this week. Haven't missed a day yet. Store's looking great. Just make sure that we're staying on top of that. However, the hourly checklist needs a little bit more attention. So just make sure that every hour when we hear the alarm go off, that we're taking a quick look around the store, making sure everything's good and signing off on it. Just remember on our evaluation, it's worth 10 points just to have those things signed off on. And so not actively doing those already makes us below an A. All right, guys, I'll hang out here for another couple minutes for any questions or anything else anyone wants to talk about. Also, remember, if you haven't spoken the chat yet, speak in it so I can clock you in. And if you watch this later online, tell me when you watched it so I can get you clocked in for that time. Bye, guys.